My voice is not very loud, so please try to understand that. Honorable Catherine West, Honorable Gareth Thomas, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good evening and namaste. At the outset, let me express the cordial greetings and best wishes for the new year 2025 and heartiest congratulations on the impressive victory of the Labour Party in the last general election. We extend our best wishes for the successful tenure of the Labour government led by Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer. I feel privileged and honoured to be here to interact on the historic and dynamic friendship between Nepal and the United Kingdoms. I am deeply touched by the warm reception and the opportunity to exchange views on our shared journey spanning over 2 centuries. Your presence is a testament to our friendship. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 centuries ago, British Prime Minister Lord Palmerston famously remarked, "Nations has no permanent friends or enemies. Only interest is there." Common interests have brought Nepal and Britain together. We regard our excellent and enduring friendship with Britain as being in our permanent national interest. This is perhaps why our ancestors went to wars on the side of the British, and so many of our sons made the ultimate sacrifice. Even today, we continue to uphold and stand by shared and common interests. This historic friendship is today marked by strong bilateral relations nurtured by growing people-to-people connections. In the spirit of this enduring friendship, on behalf of Nepali people and their sovereign parliament, I wish to convey my heartfelt gratitude to the British government for its continued support to Nepal. I also extend my deepest appreciation to the British people, their political parties, leaders, and the British Parliament for their goodwill and respect to Nepal and the Nepali people. Dear friends, the distinguished service of the Gurkhas in the British Army has been central to our bicentennial diplomatic journey. Irrespective of changes over 200 years, our relations have stood the test of time, with the people-to-people connections at the core. Over 200,000 Gurkhas fought in the 2 world wars, with tens of thousands sacrificing their lives for the British honor there and elsewhere. I am happy that their dedication and sacrifice has been recognized. The 1923 Treaty of Peace and Friendship, with Britain's formal recognition of Nepal's sovereignty, ushered in a new era enabling Nepal to diversify diplomatic relations globally. We are deeply grateful to the UK for the recognition of Nepal as an independent country. Today, Nepal maintains diplomatic relations with 102 out of 193 member states of the United Nations. Over the years, we have built a relationship that is multi-dimensional and mutual beneficial, characterized by cordiality, trust, and respect. Britain is Nepal's one of the largest development partners, significantly contributing to Nepal's socio-economic transformation. I come from the east of Nepal, where some of the earliest British aid was instrumental in building basic infrastructure and connectivity, which R.K. Tripathi and Dr. Subedi has already said about the roads and the hospitals which UK has built in the eastern part of Nepal. Britain's unwavering support during various crises have further cemented her role as a friend. As a medical doctor myself and political worker active in the relief works, I have witnessed firsthand the critical role played by the British specialists after the devastating 2015 earthquake, as well as the importance of ventilators and vaccines provided during the COVID-19 pandemic. Such support generates immense goodwill towards the British people and the government. Ladies and gentlemen, with its vast potential in hydropower, tourism, and agroforestry, combined with an honest and hard-working workforce, Nepal possesses immense opportunities for foreign investment. The government has implemented liberalized policies and created an enabling environment of foreign investment. While current cumulative British FDI in Nepal is noteworthy, there remains substantial room for growth. Nepal's strategic location between the world's two fastest growing economies and the largest markets, both extending quota and tariff-free market access to a wide range of Nepali products, combined with the British edge in science and technology, provides tremendous potential for British-Nepal joint ventures across various sectors. I urge you to further encourage the British investment in areas such as clean energy, tourism, hydropower, agroforestry, and technology, among others. Britain is one of the Nepal's top trading partners. However, recent data indicates a substantial trade deficit. Despite Nepal benefiting from preferential market access under the UK's enhanced framework scheme, this persistent trade imbalance underscores the need to enhance the availability of Nepali goods and services in the British market. Allow me to say a few words about the Nepali diaspora in the UK. Those working as doctors, nurses, lawyers, pilots, engineers, accountants, and in the catering and hospitality industries contribute to the vibrant British economy and society. It is gratifying to note that an increasing number of Nepalese are also seen participating in the UK's political, including electoral processes. Also thanks to the constant effort put in by the British Nepal Society here and the Nepal Britain Society in Nepal. Sister city relations between cities in Nepal and the UK are fostering closer ties between our peoples. The prestigious Chevening Scholarship Program and its alumni further enhance people-to-people connections. These developments highlights how our bilateral relations have been significantly diversified, deeply enriched, and mutually beneficial. Exchange of high-level state and official visits, professional and business delegations has been instrumental in strengthening relations, fostering mutual trust, and enhancing fruitful cooperation. Parliamentary delegations are particularly valuable in our multi-dimensional relations. Respected friends, as you know, Lord Buddha, the universal messenger of peace, was born in Lumini, Nepal. Similarly, Britain is hailed as the birthplace of parliamentary democracy. Their values bind us, our two nations, together. I was born in a family deeply engaged in a democratic awakening of Nepal. Since 1940s, Nepal has endured a tumultuous journey marked by both triumphs and traumas, navigating a series of political transitions, including a painful and protracted internal conflict. Throughout these transformations, the Nepali Congress played a vital role, particularly in steering the violent march to insurgency towards peaceful constitutional and political competition for power. Yet our struggle continues. We are still working to heal the wounds and wipe away the tears of those most affected by past injuries, injustices, and scars of the recent violence. Recently, Nepal's House of Representatives passed the Transitional Justice Bill for the Investigation, Truth and Reconciliation Commission Third Amendment Bill. This, I hope, will enable us to end the political transition and fulfill the promise of a sovereign, democratic, peaceful, and prosperous Nepal through improved governance. Nepal will continue to look to Britain for goodwill and understanding as we strive to strengthen democratic norms and institutions. We firmly believe that democracy is indispensable for development. We are strengthening grassroots democratic institutions through our federal structure to align with people's aspirations and take the governance closer to the people. However, democracy without meaningful development holds little value. For us, democracy, development, and effective delivery are mutually reinforcing. This is all the more important for a new democracy like us. Today, democracy faces the challenge of the risk of populist politics, extreme nationalism, communalism, and economic nationalism, which we believe also undermine the spirit of multilateralism. B.P. Koirala foresaw this in 1970 and warned, I quote, "If democracy has to be saved, we cannot afford to give in to the populism." End of the quote. His words remain prophetic today. As a proud representative of the Nepali Congress, the premier democratic socialist party of Nepal, I wish to express my special appreciation to the British Labour Party for its solidarity with our founding leader B.P. Koirala during some of our most challenging times, including his imprisonment, exile, and struggle for restore of democracy. I recall with pleasure that BP attended the Labour Party conference held in Blackpool in 1970. With this history of solidarity, mutual understanding, goodwill, and support, I extend on behalf of the Nepali Congress and on my own behalf our sincere gratitude to the leaders of the Labour Party for standing with us and the people of Nepal in the past. We look forward to continued fraternity in the days ahead. Having made these remarks, let me conclude with the following reflections. 1. In the post-Cold War world, the global political, economic, and strategic focus is shifting towards Indo-Pacific and South Asia as an epicenter. With growing mobility, people of South Asian origin are playing increasingly significant roles in professional and public life globally. I see the increasing engagement of Nepali diaspora and British professional and public life profoundly and positively contributing in strengthening Nepal-UK relations as well as supporting our ongoing endeavor to institutionalize democracy and human rights in Nepal. 2. As a landlocked and least developed country, Nepal faces unique vulnerabilities. Climate change is significantly impacting Nepal's Himalayan ecosystem, without it contributing mainly to the climate crisis. Our British friends can play a vital role in supporting Nepal's legitimate demands for climate justice from the international community, particularly in securing financing for our mitigation needs. 3. Maintaining excellent relations with our two increasingly powerful neighbors is not merely a geopolitical necessity, but a cornerstone of our carefully crafted foreign policy. As Nepal's oldest democratic friend and major Western power, Britain's understanding of Nepal's stance on non-alignment is both regional and global context will be vital. 4. As I mentioned, services of the Gurkhas is central to our long-standing relations. I understand a bilateral committee is looking at some of their grievances. In the spirit of our deep friendship and the professional dedication and personal sacrifices of the ex-Gurkhas for the British honor, I urge the committee to resolve the just demands of the Gurkhas without delay. Finally, I find it hard to believe that no British Prime Minister has visited Nepal in 200 years of our friendship. In my view, this long overdue visit would greatly help solidify our historic relations, sending a good message of Nepal-Britain friendship in the rapidly changing world. Linked through the shared experience of history and common aspirations, of our peoples in changing times, Nepal-Britain relations remains relevant and strong today as they have been historically. Democracy, human rights, pluralism, people-centered good governance are common aspirations of our people. Commitment of our parties and the governments. Sustaining these values in their finest traditions is the surest way to build a towering new architecture on the foundation of our historic ties. In this endeavor, I welcome this opportunity for our conversation today and hope to continue in such meaningful dialogue here in London and in Kathmandu. Thank you for your kind attention. Long live Nepal-Britain friendship.
Thank you.